Hey, welcome to Writing Comics. It's been a little while. Things have been pretty busy around my way with the Ice Storm, Mississippi, and with the launch of the campaign and showing my face on other streams. But tonight we're going to be talking to Tellian Studios about their new book, Cobalt. It's a great looking book, and I'm really interested to find out more about that project. But, things happen. They're having a little bit of computer trouble, some CPU trouble. Their luck is like mine. Whenever the moment comes, the time comes to get on stream, it seems like something always comes up, something always happens that keeps you from promoting your book. Things happen in life, but that's fine. We're here to promote great comics, and I'm sure things will work out at some point. And when they do, Tellian Studios will make their way onto the stream. But while we're waiting, we can talk about my project, Evermatter. It's a great book, great story, great art. Kind of got that, in my own personal opinion, it's kind of got that Batman Beyond kind of feel. It's kind of got a animated kind of feel. But I can show you that right now. So let's look at Evermatter while we're waiting on Tellian Studios. They've changed things up on StreamYard a little bit, so it is a little different. Okay, so here's Evermatter. As you can see, we're at $1,500, $1,550 of the $5,000 fixed goal. There's only 22 days left with 43 backers. That's only 7 back. Wait, that does not seem correct. Is that correct? Okay. Yeah, it is. Well, we're 43 backers, $1,550, and we are looking for a fixed goal of $5,000. So 22 days away, still plenty of time to get this backed. But, it's don't wait till the last minute. I need the support. We're not even halfway there yet. Still got a long ways to go. So if you like Evermatter, if you like what you see, then please take the time to check it out. Check out the all the description here and the art. And it's you get a 48 pages. It's weird. I've been on some of these streams lately. It's weird shilling my own book on my own stream. But yeah, you get 48 pages, 32-page story, 6 pages from book 2, and production art and a pinup gallery. So you get 32-page story, which is book 1. You get 6 pages from book 2. You get the production art and a pinup gallery. And that book is, over 90% complete. Eric Weathers has finished the lettering. We still have some edits. I've been promising him I would get him some edits. I'm sure he's looking forward to that. But I just had time with. I tell you, I build power lines for a living, and we've had a lot of issues with the lines, with the ice and everything. So they've been keeping us hopping, keeping us jumping. COVID has not slowed down the power line industry one bit. But look at this amazing art. Look how Carlos used the back seat to make this bottom panel here. It's just amazing, some of the work that he's done. But you got a few tiers here that we can go through. You got a $45, which is the collector's package, in which you get the 48-page book, full color comic. You get the artist edition, which is just black and white, no lettering or anything. You get the 11/17 print of Gary the Alien. You also get your book shipped first, and you get your name in the book. So if you're interested in Evermatter, of course, there's a digital copy. All tiers come with a digital copy, but if you just want the digital copy, you can buy the digital copy there. And so that being said, and then there's the physical copy. Copy is the $15 for the just the physical copy. You get physical copy in 11/17 print for $25, and you get the book in the artist edition for $30. And look at this, man! It is a sick book, dude. And I have to say so myself. Even though it's my project, it is a sick book. Carlos did an amazing job. And look at, I've had there's several people wanting to draw this chick right here, and have drawn her. So good things are coming. So I wanted to keep scrolling here, get you to the art. You see Kira and Bond Corum here having their standoff, their face-off tension, and then some suspicious activity going on here. Maybe who knows what's happening here. But yeah, it's a great book. It's a fun project, and if you like Celtic mythology and you like space adventure, then Evermatter is the book for you. And we have the Bionic Bro has just jumped in. So let's move over to the. Let me see. Let me figure out StreamYard. I'm a noob. Stop share. Okay. There he is.
How's it going?
What's going on, dude? Man, it's your luck is like mine with the computer issues
I'm
and
telling
trying to
you.
schedule these things and trying to live work life and family life and trying to promote our passion projects. So, hey,
I
man,
know, man. It's a task at hand.
welcome to Writing Comics. So, before we get into it, I guess let's jump right into it. How did Cobalt come into existence? Where did it come from? What's the premise and all that good stuff?
Cobalt came about back. Well, I've had them in my head for a while. Just never had a name nor a title or anything like that. But I always had a story brewing in the back of my mind. In 2013, I had an accident which made me an amputee, and I became part of that community. And a bunch of friends are nerds in that community, you know. So we were hanging out at Dragon Con in 2018 down in Atlanta, and we were walking Artist Alley, and we started talking about our stories that we had of our heroes that we want to create. And one of my buddies in that group was like, "Let me get you in touch with somebody over in San Diego who has a little independent company where they do comics." And I didn't think anything of it, but a couple months later, he called me up and was like, "Dude, I'm doing this anthology of superheroes. You want to put yours in there?" I was like, "Hell yeah." So I got to do my first 7-page origin story for Cobalt, and Cobalt Thrashing About is going to be the aftermath of that story.
Okay. So let's get into the well. Would you like to watch the trailer first, or would you like to look at the art? Where do you want to go from?
You got the wheel, man. I'm here.
Let's just watch the trailer then. Red Gaze looks like he did the trailer, so it's got to be good. Man, I'm off on my game a little bit. I didn't expand it to full screen. It's just been it has been a day, I tell you.
No, you're good, man.
Yeah.
You're good.
Oh, all right. So the art has got this very watercolor esque kind of no. The inking is not very heavy. You know.
No. Yeah,
So
it's very much almost like he's doing it on a canvas and then like digitally overlaying on it. But it's beautiful. I love it. The cover art's done by Max Bertollini. He's an Italian artist over in Italy. He's done work for both Dark Horse comic covers and Heavy Metal magazine covers. So getting him on this project was an honor. It was awesome.
yeah, it's great. It's great. It's great looking art, man. It's awesome. It's got this. It's very timely too because it's got this futuristic kind of uh, cyberpunk kind of like all this background and all this color in the background and you know and it's in the way they did this cover is it's kind of like all the lines point to the center, so
Yep.
you got all of your like all the perspective points straight, the buildings point straight to the center, so you got all of your attention straight on that character and
Uh,
yeah
I
and
told Max, when I wanted the cover done, I wanted the first issue to be that big hero bust pose, just that hero stance that everybody does, the superhero pose.
Yeah.
He nailed it. I love this piece.
Yeah, it's great, man. He did an excellent job, and the detail on this the detail on this belt is just I mean it's great, dude.
Yeah,
And
you actually go at the $60 tier. You can actually have that as a comic book cover sized metal print. So Phoenix Animation is doing the metal prints for this project.
okay, so it's $60. Let me find it since we're talking about it. I'll scroll down here to find it. Okay, so it's $60. You get the metal. So the cover comes as a metal print. In other words,
Right. There's the comic. It's the metal is going to be separate from the comic, so the metal won't be on the comic, but you do get a comic sized metal print of the cover of the book.
okay. So So you get the digital, the physical. On the $60 tier, you get the digital, the physical, a sticker, 11 by 17 poster, plus the metal print. So, oh man, that's a good deal, dude.
Bang for the buck. And if you're in the US, it's free shipping.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
I want people to back this project. I don't care if I lose dimes. I want people on this project.
So it says metal print of cover 10. So that's there's only 10 available.
No, for some reason it made me put in a quantity there. Down here at the $300 tier is actually where it actually limits it to where how many you can grab. You see how it does 3 out of 4 claimed, but I didn't put that on the other tiers, but it made me have to select a quantity to enter in, being able to claim these items. I didn't understand that. Every one of them's besides the black and white commission and the ad page, all the other ones are unlimited. You could get as many as you want.
Yeah, the sometimes Indiegogo is a little jinky. I don't know why, but
Little
every
bit.
once in a while you'll run into these jinky little problems, and it's crazy. So tell me about when I buy Cobalt, what story am I buying? What am I getting? Because I'm all about story. Of course, I love the art, but I like you want the best of both worlds, right? You want the best stories, best art. So what is the story about?
The story is about Jesse Jensen and his immediate circle of friends and family. His mother passed away due to cancer, and in the origin story, he was trying to make money up to be able to pay those bills, be able to pay her medical bills. And so he joined the Aranya cartel as a runner, taking deals across Atlanta to different places, different destinations, and dropping off, making a little cash that way. And one night it goes sideways and he loses the merchandise and gets beat up. The leader of the Aranya cartel, Esmeralda Blasco, does not like that he lost her merchandise. So for compensation, she takes his fingers, which is why he wears a bionic hand or a prosthesis. And after that, the defeat of the Aranya cartel is had by Cobalt, and he's now in hiding. And he and his little brother Isaac are just renting out a little dingy room in a hotel or motel, and he's just trying to make rent at this point, trying to keep them, alive and hidden and safe. But at the same time, he's got this struggle inside himself to continue being Cobalt and just unleashing hell on bad guys. He hasn't worked through all of his anger yet. And so he is going around Atlanta, remembering where he did all these deals and just picking up, chump change as he's going about his day. Now, his little brother notices this and knows what's going on, and they tell his buddy, Thomas Rogers, who acts as Jesse's mentor and trainer, to guide him down the hero path. And so when those two find out, they try and guide Jesse through this inner turmoil that he has. That's why this is titled Thrashing About. It not only has to do with the Thrasher gang that he has to go up against, who are trying to take over the cartel's top spot since they've been dismantled, but it's also about that inner turmoil, trying to figure out what to do next after everything that just had taken place. Does he continue trying to be a savior for Atlanta? Can he be a savior for Atlanta? Can he get past the anger? Or does he have to go back and just focus on being the guardian of his little brother Isaac?
So it's based in Atlanta. Are there any iconic like locations that, because I'm from the South, are there any iconic locations that we might recognize? Is it set?
Okay.
Is it future? And
it's a parallel universe. I haven't set a year or a date on it. It's just going to be moving forward. So you'll get like little snippets of 6 months ago we were doing fine. Why are we here now? Or a year ago this happened. I'm not putting a set date on it because I want to be able to move throughout any channel that might come about.
Yeah, it becomes timeless that way. That way you're not set in
Exactly. I don't want to be constrained to a timeline. I want to be able to do what I want when I want to. And so it's the setting is cyberpunk neo-noir, and you're going to get the genres of like suspense, action, thriller, and drama, and of course superhero, because he's a vigilante. You got to have the superhero in there. But it very much falls in within the respects of all street level vigilantes. Daredevil, the Bat Family, Moon Knight, Punisher, things like that. But this is just the beginning because Atlanta is so huge. It's going to ramp up real quick because there are other heroes. There are super powered beings. It's just we're starting with Cobalt, and it's going to unleash into this universe that I have collected within my mind.
Okay, so tell me the idea for the this art style. Was that something that you came up with from the beginning, or is it something that you and the artist collaborated on, or
it's what I wanted after the 7-page origin story. The origin story looks way more comic book-esque, lighter, brighter colors, finer lines, very clean. For what's about to take place now, I wanted something darker. I wanted something grittier. I wanted I want it to be raw. And I felt like this art style just brought that to the forefront.
Yeah, this I'm looking at these two panels. I don't know if the top two panels here, where this guy's coming in with a knife and Cobalt's kind of flipping him over his back there.
Yeah.
It's very you know it when you see it, but it's actually got weight to it. In other words, the guy's not just kind of floating there. It's actually got some physicality to it, or some movement to it. Kind of say. But man, this is amazing. This is amazing art. I can't brag enough about it. And I can't brag, enough about it. But let's go through the. I want to continue exploring the art a little bit, but I also want to go through the tiers too. So obviously futuristic because you got the hologram and the very, like you said, cyberpunk kind of. So what do we have here?
That the mailing list took place for 2 months between January and February. And if you were one of those early guys that signed up, this is the free exclusive trading card that comes with the tier that you back. And so this was also done by my cover artist, Max Bertollini. And this is actually going to be on a metal trading card.
Okay, so you're the metal is a theme on this book then.
Well, he's wearing a metal hand. It's prosthetic, and it's very cyberpunkish, which kind of goes hand in hand with heavy metal, hard rock. Yeah. It's not like the future style of what you would think cyberpunk would be. It's more of the 80s style of what cyberpunk was, which a lot of people flee to because it's something that they enjoyed when they were younger. Something I enjoyed, Blade Runner, Total Recall.
What was the
Fifth Element? I don't know if that's cyberpunk, but that's futuristic. But so instead of going like the Deus Ex video game route, I went with the old classic style of Cyberpunk.
I got you. Yeah, and it's I think it was a good choice. This panel right here as well. You got that realistic kind of movement again. And then you got the actual motion blur kind of thing going on here, and it's cool. All the colors and it's almost watercolorish. With the background and the washes in the background.
Yeah. It's all Irwin. He did his lines, his thumbs, his colors, his black and whites, his shading. That is all him. That is one guy right there on that page. All 32 pages. They're all completed. All the colors are done. I'm just talking with my letterist now on getting the placement dialogue out and putting real conversation in.
I got you. And this, you got the motion of the foot here. It's very subtle though. It's not like, very defined, but you do have the motion and the blur of the foot, coming around hitting this guy in the neck. And man, this is, this is an amazing book. It should be what I see. It was at 2000. It should be, man, It should be gaining traction. It should be funded. How long has the campaign been? You said 45 days, so it's been up for 15. 45 backers. It's been up for 9 days.
It's been up for 8-9 days. I just say a week because that's how it's felt to me. But yeah, that first week, everybody that has seen it has been very supportive. They've backed it. And I couldn't be more thankful. I'm very grateful for everybody giving me this chance to bring this to them. It is of course a passion project, but I don't like the negative connotation that comes with that term. Everything in Indiegogo is a passion project. It comes from you. You're passionate about it. It's a passion project.
Yeah, any project you put time and effort into. Like I'm not gonna spend my time, and I'm not gonna spend my effort and my abilities to bring something to market that I'm not passionate about. So that's where you're going with that. So everything you bring, you're passionate about. So yeah, and there is a negative connotation, I suppose, to that, but it's like I said, anything you're going to spend your time and your talents on, you're going to be passionate about. And it looks like, you've got 45 backers and you're well on your way to being funded. So it looks like people are passionate about it. And this is the scene. I think I mentioned this in another stream we was on together. This scene where he's looking down on the street, and he's got the neon lights in the and it's pretty. That's a pretty nice. That's a pretty nice panel. Like I said, I've just said it one time. I can't.
That's going to be the splash page at the beginning of the book, and Black Rose. He's very adamant about me making that a metal print and making it available. But
that would be nice. That would be that would be awesome.
Yeah,
I'd have to admit that'd be awesome, especially with that neon. There's neon colors, man. It would look. It would look spectacular, honestly.
You can't really get up close with it on Indiegogo, but even the bikes and the ATVs down on the road, the headlights that come out of that look just as bright and beautiful as the rest of the scenery. Irwin to do this just right at the beginning of taking on this project, I knew I had something special when he came on, man. This book wouldn't be half as great as it's going to be without Irwin. And so I definitely pay credit where credit is due. And it's definitely to Irwin and Max.
Yeah, he definitely deserves credit for the work that he's done on this. You got you're at, we want to see all these things. We want to see this made to a metal print, but right now at this point, you're just trying to get the book funded.
Right.
It's a lot easier to bring new perks and new stretch goals and new items to the table whenever you're funded.
Yeah.
So,
after we get to the actual fixed goal, I'm happy to change things around for the unlockables and the stretch goals, but we got to get to there first. I have no problem listening to the consumer and saying, hey, I want this. And if enough of them say it, I'll do it. I don't care. I want to give you what you want in place of, other stuff, as long as, we can get to that point first.
Yeah, you got to get there. You got to get the artist page. You got to get the letterer page. You got to get the thing produced. Speaking of which, how much of the book do you have? I might have missed it here, but how much of the book is actually in already been produced, and how much do you like?
So the only thing I lack right at this point is getting the speech bubbles or the dialogue inserted into the actual pages. All 32 pages are colored, rendered, and complete. The cover's ready to go. I just, other than the speech bubbles, I've just got the thank you page and a couple little add-ons that'll be added on because of the ad space that I put as one of the tiers.
So you might as well say,
I'd say 75%, 75 to 80% complete.
Yeah. So you're looking at just about a completed book. So no, it shouldn't be no issues with fulfilling. This is your first project, I think.
This is my first solo project. The anthology I was part of was called Super Abled Comics on Kickstarter back in 2018-19, and I wasn't at the helm of it. I just gave my 7-page short story for Cobalt, and I'm at the helm of this one. So this is my first solo one alone. Yeah. I learned so much from the Kickstarter campaign, though, of how to organize your tiers and your backers correctly. I learned that you want to be getting it done in a timely manner. Make sure as soon as you get the funds, you get things started and ramped up to get out to, the consumer. Just make sure that everything is set and in place, ready to go for when you need to hit that start button.
Yeah, you're definitely correct about that. I've learned a lot through my own campaign. This is my first campaign on my project.
Evermatter?
And Evermatter, yes. This is my first campaign on Evermatter, and it's very it's a learning process, but at the same time, there's so much good information out there, and the community is so willing to help you with any questions that you have. There's somebody out there that's done faced that issue or faced that problem or has an answer or has a better suggestion on how to do things. And, that, like I said, the community is so supportive that it's kind of like it's crowdfunding, but it's also kind of like a community or a crowd bringing all of these projects up together, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Actually,
we're a bunch of nerds, man. We're just nerds doing our thing. We're a bunch of nerds. We're
a bunch of comic nerds. And the thing is, the quality of these books are just
insane.
I said it before, 2021. I was waiting on get over Christmas and get past the lull, right after Christmas to launch my book. And it's like, bam, it's like a shotgun blast of all these great books coming out. You got Shotgun Samurai, you got Evermatter, you got Cobalt, and, I can name dozens of books. Yeah. And it's just like I said, a shotgun blast of just great books coming out all at one time. So it's kind of overwhelming because I can't keep up anymore. Well, right now I've been trying to promote my book, going on other streams, and I used to know who was coming out, when they were coming out, and was able to schedule them on the channel, try to get them on the channel, when I wasn't working. And now it's just like there's so many coming out so quickly, and they're all great quality books, and I'm like, gotta make time. I've got to get time to get these guys and gals on the channel and get these books promoted. But yeah, man, this is a great looking comic, dude. I can't wait.
I said it about Evermatter. It's very much a mix of Batman Beyond, Justice League Unlimited, the art style. I mean, and what was the third one I was going to say?
Maybe
Samurai Jack.
Yeah, Samurai Jack. Yeah, it's very Samurai Travasky kind of. I think that I'm pronouncing his name correct. Travasky, Gandhi Travasky.
Yeah.
And
I
I lost.
I already backed your book at one of the tiers, man. You know,
Yeah,
I love the art. As soon as I saw the art style, I was like, I'm in. I don't care about the story. I'm just in.
yeah, it's a great. Hey, dude, it's a great story. I mean, it's based on Celtic mythology. If those mythology,
Oh yeah.
if those legends were actual history,
Mm-hmm.
it would be those mythological legends. If they were actual history, it's kind of like based on that, but it's in present time. So those gods are still out there ruling the universe,
Yep.
and putting these defenders of these worlds in place. It's kind of got this Green Lantern kind of vibe, but it's got like this space fantasy thing going. But it's a good story. And if anybody's out there that hasn't backed, I'm at $1,500 trying to get to 5,000. So I need to get there. It's fixed goal.
Have you only done your first 30 days?
No, I'm actually on my second 30. So this is 22.
Okay.
I got 22 days left. If it
Have you hit that Bancroft bump yet?
I got on Bancroft, but it was with a group. So I did receive a few backers from
Okay.
Bancroft, but
Cool.
it hasn't. I'm on the wrong. Okay, yeah, I have received a few backers from Bancroft, and I appreciate every. I'm at 43 backers. I think you were actually dude. I think we're tied. Yeah, well, you're 45 backers, but
Okay.
yeah, I've actually got a few backers from Bancroft, and I'm appreciative of everyone. But the more the merrier.
Oh, most definitely.
It is a series. Need to get it funded so that I can continue the series.
No doubt.
That's the goal is to bring these great products, uh, even with I'm sorry, I'm trying to run the stream here and
Yeah,
talk, but
multitasking is not my forte.
it's not my forte either. But even with these great, we gotta get these IPs and these projects. They're just so the quality is just so great on them. You really can't get it anywhere else. You can go to comic book shop and you can find a few good books in there, but most of it's going to be, you're just
It all looks the same. It all just looks like the same old stuff. But Ben 10. That's the other one that your art reminds me of. The original Ben 10.
Yep. Got that. What was her name? It was the redhead. Somebody pointed out the other day is the redhead. Gosh, I can't think of her name. I should have even brought it up. But it's
Ben 10's like sister or cousin or whatever.
No, it's she's got her own. She got her own series. I'm fixing to start googling.
Okay.
But it's but there's been several. Any of the anime that there's like a time frame where that animated style was the way it was. The thing at that time frame, and that's a lot of what Carlos's art looks like. It looks very animated, very cartoonish. And that's what I was going for. I was going for that Clone Wars type of feel because it is kind of a space fantasy type book.
Sharp edges and everything like that. Very wooden is not the correct term, but I know what you mean, like, on the edging and everything. Yeah,
it's very angular.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But let's talk about your tiers. So you got the selected perk. Selected perk. Oh, the digital fragment. So that's going to be
just the digital copy.
Digital copy of the book.
Yep.
That's if you're international and you don't want to pay shipping, that's the way to go is digital. I used to have I was like, I'm not doing digital with my book. I'm not doing digital with my book. But when I started talking to some of my backers, they were like, dude, we need a digital version. So I was like, yeah, man, I can do that. So, yeah. So the physical fight, explain to us what we get and what it is.
On the physical fight, of course, you get the digital copy, the physical copy, and the chibi sticker.
Okay.
I thought the chibi sticker was a good way to like fool parents into letting them read this comic because it's going to be a little bit more, teen adult oriented. But, whenever a parent sees like the little sticker, they're like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, you can read that. Sure, that goes with it.
Yeah, it's a psychological warfare we got going
There we
on.
go. That's right. I'm here to win.
Then we got Blood Brothers.
Yeah, Blood Brothers. You can also tell by the outlying like neon colors of the items. So the digital is going to be like that neon teal look, and then the physical copies are like the purple, pink kind of neon. And then of course with Blood Brothers, it's just 2 physical copies, a chibi sticker, and the digital.
Okay, so if you do want a physical copy and you live overseas, then maybe you can go in with someone or you could gift
Definitely.
one, or you can read if you're a collector and you want to read one of the physical copies, and
I haven't told anybody, but whoever backs Blood Brothers, I'm signing their second copy. I mean,
Okay.
so
Okay.
one's a collector, one's one that you can tear up, throw away. I don't care, but one's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Stay vigilant. Of course, you get the digital, the physical, and the chibi, but you also are going to get an 11 by 17 poster. And the art on the poster is by Art of Bert. So his name is Bert De La Cruz. You can find him on Facebook or Instagram.
Okay, well, let's pause right there so we can look at this poster down here because I saw it a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. So that's
Yep.
the poster you get when you back at that tier, and the yellow eyes.
Yeah, the face behind him, that is Esmeralda Blasco. That's the woman that took his hand.
Okay.
Yeah, she will be reappearing, no doubt.
So there's going to be some. Undoubtedly, he'll be trying to get revenge for that. And then we talked about stay vigilant. Okay, so we talked about this a little bit, but let's go ahead and go through it again.
Sure. You're going to get the physical, the digital, the chibi, the 11 by 17 poster, and you're going to get a comic-sized metal print of the cover art.
A comic-sized metal print for $60. That's a great. That's like we talked about the price point on that. That's a good price point, dude. For all the stuff that you get the 11/17 poster, you get a sticker, you get physical copy, and you get the digital copy. Plus, you get the metal cover. So, yeah, man, that's a great price point. I don't know why there's not any claimed actually.
I don't know. I don't know. Everybody's like, you only get so much time to do your plug, and you most of the time you're just talking about the story. You don't always go into your tiers at that same time, But yeah, I wish more people would get for the bang for your buck. I would say either go with the $60 USD or the $100 tier. Of course, not everybody can do that, of course, but I'm saying bang for your buck. Those are the 2 tiers that you want to check out.
Yeah, not everybody's expected to back at the higher tiers because,
of course, not.
If you do have the money and you do dig this art style and you've got to imagine these colors on. Well, let me get up here to the cover. You got to imagine these colors on the metal.
Yeah, on shiny glossed metal, it would be. Oh my god! I mean, I'm gonna have them for myself, and if you don't back them after this campaign, you're gonna see them up on the wall behind me, and you're gonna be like, "Shit, I should have got one."
You're gonna be like, "We got to get this funded. I need that metal cover on my wall."
I'm already gonna have my own. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, it's coming one way or the other for you.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yep. All right, let's talk about the $100 tier.
Okay, so of course you get the digital, the physical, you get the chibi sticker, you get the 11 by 17 poster, but we're throwing away the comic size metal print, and you're going to get that 11 by 17 metal print up front with art by an Instagram artist that calls himself Bagus Artworks.
Okay. So there's a mention of free shipping. That's only
Only in the U.S.
only in the U.S., but that's any of the tiers.
That's any of the tiers.
Okay. I'm just thinking that's a lot of stuff to give. I mean, that just adds more value to your money for your money, because shipping for something like this is going to be,
A bit.
I know most campaigns charge $10 for shipping, in the U.S.
So my book's only 32 pages, right? So I took that into consideration when I made the tiers. So I already added that shipping cost in there. So you don't get hit with that plus 10, plus 15 or whatever at checkout. So it's already in there. That way I could dock the shipping costs at the end of checkout.
Okay, I got you. Yep. No gray area.
Yeah. So digital, physical chibi sticker, 11 by 17 poster, 11 by 17 metal poster, and you get a black and white commission from Irwin, the artist of the interior.
So is it you can get whatever you want?
Yeah, any character you want. It's going to be black and white.
Okay. Oh man, shouldn't buy this sucker. Get a leg up.
Get a leg up. For this one, you get the physical, the digital, and where you're going back to the comic-sized metal print cover with the chibi sticker, but you get a full ad page in the comic for your book.
Okay. Copy, physical copy, chibi sticker. I'm sorry to repeat you. I just
No, you're fine.
Digital copy, physical copy, chibi sticker, comic size metal print of cover, one full ad page of your comic book. Oh, okay. I got you. So Cobalt.
Yeah. AKA Jesse Jensen. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've had him held in the chamber for a while, man. I was just waiting for an opportunity to pull the trigger, and this was it.
Yeah, it's a great time for independence. It's a great time to bring these projects, out there, because before, when I was younger, you had to break into comics.
Yeah.
Now, through crowdfunding and through the support that, through these communities, through Comicsgate or indie comics right now, for whatever reason, is having I think I know what the reason is. It's kind of there's a lot of trash out there, and people go to where the you want to be around things that are popping and around things that have growth, and around things that are moving, and that's in the indie community right now. So that's where I think that all the customers are being drawn to the indie books, because these things they're hot right now, and plus you got this natural, because it is independent books. I'm not really a collector. I'm a collector of good stories and good art, but I'm not really a comic book collector. But I do realize that with these indie books, they're going to be small runs.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
We talked about this on Critical Blast. Even if you print, 2,000 books, which would be a big campaign for any independent creator, that's still a small run. I mean, that's only 2,000 of those books in the entire world that you can get your hands on. So I think that a lot of the draw to the indie books is the fact that they are small runs, and that there is a limited supply, or in my mind there is anyway. So
no, I totally agree with that, and I think that's a good chunk of the pie, but I also think it's a lot that you can do that you couldn't do at other cons like San Diego or New York or even Dragon Con in Atlanta. It's the networking. It's the building relationships. It's getting to meet other people. because a lot of us we're stay-at-home people. You know, we're in our rooms, we're reading comics, we're reading books, playing video games, or whatever. So this is our outlet, and we find other like-minded people to do that with. And when you start shooting ideas back and forth, you're building that friendship. It's building this community of what we've always wanted, and it's dying out there in the actual media world because of just the digital side of everything. You know, not everybody wants paper anymore. I love paper comic books.
Yeah, I like the physical. I like to have it in my hand. Yeah. I like to hold it. I like to look at the, there's time and there's effort put into it, especially these books that we're creating. You know, we want everything on that book to be perfect. So when you get that, you can look at it and you can admire. You know, wow. You know, if it's got a spine, you know, you're like, wow, man, they really took the time to put this thing together. And you open that first page and it's got that thank you in there, and that, you know, this is the process that we went through to get this book created. This is all the stuff that, you know, a lot of times, you know, you have like a little backstory in there, and then thank you to all the creators. And at a con, you awkwardly walk up to the table. You really like the art and everything. There's somebody sitting there at the table kind of awkwardly, you know, shilling their stuff, and you walk up there and it's kind of like, I don't know you, you don't know me, but you have great art, you know, and then they're kind of like everybody's got a little self-awareness, you know, and they talk. It's kind of like in person, it's harder to open up, but when you're on stream, you're talking, you've seen that person on another stream before, you kind of feel like you know that person. So I think that has a lot to do with the networking aspect of
it's like when you just watch like those morning shows, even with like you know, any of them, Ellen, any of them, you feel like you know them because they're letting themselves out there, they're showing themselves, and they're out there every day, you know, just delivering content and talking about themselves. So of course you feel you get that, you know, camaraderie, and you don't get that at cons. You get to, you know, dress up as a hero that you love and go, you know, you get to do that with other people when they're not trying to sell their product. You and I are both trying to sell products, but we get to shoot the shit at the same time. Yeah. You don't get that kind of time when you're out there on the floor. No, you get it while you're here.
Well, if you're a creator, you know, you're at your booth.
Exactly. You don't have any time to go around and communicate with other people. You're there to sell something.
Yeah. But then now we have through YouTube and through Twitter, you know, you have Twitter where, you know, you're basically, like you said, you're shooting the bull, but you've got you know, through memes and through jokes and inside jokes and that kind of thing. And then you're like, oh, so-and-so's got a project. I need to get them on channel, you know, and you talk, and you have the little bit of time, a lot of times in the green room where you, before the stream where you get to talk, get to know each other. And then, you know, it's just
kind of deflate, relax yourself a bit. You actually get that moment where you're like, all right, this dude's cool. I get to relax a little bit. You know, like I did my first stream with Dean from Dean James Comics Mate and Lee Byron Carver, and of course Albino Thunderbuns.
Yeah.
And I was nervous as shit. Like, you have no idea how nervous I was.
I guarantee you I know.
But every time they would ask me a question, it would be a quick answer. You know, I'd be like, yep, give the short, brief statement, and then I'd just like wait for the next one to come up. I wouldn't give anything else because I was so nervous.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yes. No. Yes. And then you're trying to carry like from the host standpoint, they're trying to carry the whole show because they can't get any of you, and you're just like, how many people's watching? You know, what's going on? What are they saying in the chat? Do they like it? Am I just awkwardly coming off as a retard or something? You know, and it's just But they're all
good guys. They're all good guys, though. I'm actually in a group chat with a few of them right now on Twitter, And it's the same thing that they show out there that's in the group chat. They're just bullshitting with each other, yanking each other's chain and all that stuff, man. They're very chill, man. It's like having friends, in a chat. It's been great.
Yeah, it is. And like this, and everybody I've talked to has been that way. I've been super supportive, and I've not had one person, be negative. Now I've had some constructive criticism, like,
Sure.
hey man, next time you can do this and it'll help you out, or you can do this. It's a lot easier, just giving constructive criticism, but no negativity has came my way whatsoever. Everybody's been super. I'm in a hotel and they put me in the spinning chair, so I'm just sitting here spinning like a kid. But
my legs going up and down.
but they have all been very supportive. But I've been constructive in everything that I've been told. So the community is just I can't. I know I've just said, I repeat myself a lot, but I've said they've been. I can't brag enough, but yeah, they've been really, really supportive. And I think I said it in another chat, but like, I got on Twitter and Red Gaze had made a post for me, for my book. I didn't ask him to do that. I didn't, he just did it because, he wants to see creators succeed. And
man,
that's the way, I think that's the way, and then when you see that, you obviously want to, a normal human being would want to reciprocate that, to someone else. So, and that's the way the community grows, and that's why people are drawn to. I think that's why people are drawn to Comicsgate and drawn to the indie communities. So. But
I agree with that completely. Albino Thunder Buttons. I know him by Roger, and he knew me. Well, he got in touch with me all the way back when I was just throwing out Cobalt's character design. I threw it up and Rob the Replicators, Comicsgate Deathmatch. Clayton and him and Dan Fraga commented on it. It was positive. Comments throughout the whole thing, and that solidified me going forward with it. But as I kept on putting them out there every once in a while, tagging the hell out of everybody that would follow me, and I was definitely like that. I'm still like that. I'm trying to take a week off and not tag anybody because a few of them will mute you if you do it too often to them. So I'm trying to take a week off and seeing how it does without tagging people, which, by the way, it doesn't do as well. I don't care what anybody says. Tag people. And
see, I haven't done that. I need to.
Tag people.
Some of the, and I understand why, but some of the bigger guys, they, unless they're following you, then you can't message them. And I think it's that way. Yeah. Anywhere. But if you tag them, they'll at least, hey, I exist.
They'll know you awkwardly. They're like, oh, he's tagging me again. What is that? Get that off me.
I've seen that, because most of the stuff gets shared. Undoubtedly, people see it, but
like a couple times, I would of course tag Ethan Van Sciver, John Malin, all the big names, Cecil and all that, and none of them would ever tag back or anything, but every once in a blue moon you get that little like from them. And then once I actually went on Ethan Van Sciver's channel on a stream just a couple days ago and actually sent him a super chat, for a little bit of change, and said, check out Cobalt thrashing about. He checked it out. Next thing I know, the dude followed me back 2 days later, and I was like, I made the big leagues. I mean, I didn't make the big leagues, but it was just cool getting that kind of that, hey, I see you.
It's cool to have somebody that's successful at what they do to give you that little nod, that little.
Yeah. Just comment on it, be like, this is pretty good. Yeah, maybe you should back that. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a win. Any of those little things like that is a win. Whenever
it's a little W, but I'll wear it with a gold chain.
Yeah, it's a win, man. Whenever you get a nod like that. It's because there's a lot of work. If you don't know, if you're watching this on replay, or if you don't know, there's a lot of work in making a comic, and when you get that little bit of recognition, that little bit of nod, it's a great feeling. So
it just revitalizes you to keep going.
Yeah, because those guys have worked professionally.
Yeah, they know what it means to hustle and do the scratch. They know everything about it.
Yeah.
So to look in the rearview mirror and be like, "You're doing good, man. Keep going." I mean, you need that.
That's a great way to put it. You need it. It's motivation, if anything, if not anything else.
Oh yeah. How long have you been going around like doing Evermatter, like showing that off? How long has that been going?
It's been about, I first started putting like a little bit. I remember the first image I put up was like of a couple of spaceships, crossing into red sky, and it was it's been about a year.
Okay.
It's been about a year.
That's about how I did it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I knew that, I was watching Malin, and I was watching some of the streams, and they preached, build an audience. Make sure that you're networking on Twitter, and you're building your audience. And it was just over and over. Every time you watch, at some point during one of the streams, when they have another creator on, those creators that were on at that time, and they would always, tell them, you got to build an audience, you got to network, you got to build an audience, you got to network, you got to build. So I kind of had that beaten to my head, that I got to build an audience, I got to network. So I was putting out, little snippets, whatever pieces of art I had that wasn't a spoiler.
Yes.
Yeah. I would put out, and then I realized, well, I've been waiting on like the full, like a full panel, finished, colored, inked, and penciled. And I was like, well, I realized that, some people like to see the process. So I started putting out some of the, some of the inks and some of the, of course, it's all Colors Works totally digital now. But,
sure.
I started putting out the, some, pencils and some, inks, so that, people could see that this was a project that was moving forward. It wasn't something that just, appeared out of thin air. It was an ongoing, thing that was happening. And then I started putting out snippets about because it was Celtic mythology, and everybody's familiar with the Roman mythology,
Norse and all that.
Norse, of course, because of Marvel, and Greek, and so I started putting out these snippets of Celtic mythology. Like I would kind of put a picture. Like I remember putting the picture of Dagged up with the hammer, the picture with the beard, that I post occasionally. And he and I'd put like a description of who Dagda was in Celtic mythology. Not that, I mean, he's that same person in the book, but I kind of picked and choose what I wanted from that character.
Yeah, definitely.
So
your own little twist.
Yeah, it's my own. What do they call it? I took liberties.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly right.
But but then I would list, like some, things about Dagda or Kira, which it's still a thing, the empowered woman kind of thing, and I listed, why Kira was. I think they had the Star Wars thing going around with the Mary Sue was a big talking point, when I first started, and I listed why Kira was a powerful woman, and that she wasn't a Mary Sue. It's because she came through things and she survived those things, and it just made her stronger, and then Gary, he's based off the Gray Aliens, and I kind of played around with that kind of concept of he's getting these he's getting these old television broadcasts, and he's kind of mimicking what he sees on Earth, with Top Gun, and he's a pilot, and he wants to be like Maverick from Top Gun. So and I was starting to put a little bit of that stuff out there, and at that same time, I was starting to build. I was following people on Twitter, and people naturally follow back. So Yeah, and I think that, and getting a lot of, like you said, a lot of positive comments, on the book. And I'd already made up my mind, because I've done some writing before,
Hmm.
like just for myself, but just things that, I just enjoyed writing. But this was the one that I thought, all right, I need to put my effort, I need to put my time in, and I need to, I even talked to my wife about it. I'm like, how for me, she's the closest person to me in the world, and her opinion really matters to me. So I've got this idea for this story, and I'm like, let me tell you about it. And then I tell her about it, and then she was supportive, because you want to have that affirmation,
Of course.
somebody's closest to you. So, she was supportive, and then we decided, what, let's get an artist and let's take this thing somewhere, and that's how it came to be, and then I I decided on the name Unbound, which that's where Jerry Unbound came from.
Okay.
So I decided on the name Unbound, but then there was conflict. I did a courtesy Google search, and
Hmm.
there I saw that there might have been a conflict, and then uh, because Unbound went with the story, but Evermatter is actually the name of the substance that
Right,
gives
that they collect.
that
Yeah.
power. Yeah, so it was a very I think it came out for the best, to change the name, and it's unique. So yeah,
I like it. Any title that can do that singular word or with not too many syllables or anything, I think has a better chance of being remembered than anything that has like a long-winded title. You
yeah,
know, Evermatter. Right off the bat, it's in there. You're done. You know what it
yeah,
means. Cobalt,
yeah.
cool. You're good to go. Cyberpunk, great.
Batman, Daredevil,
Yeah,
any
exactly.
of those, any character name, this Wonder Woman. Then you've got. I was trying to think of a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
You know, if it wasn't such a famous book, if it was an indie person, putting out this book, it'd be.
I'd be like, nah,
Yeah, yeah, that's the
no thanks.
thing.
I'm good.
But yeah, it's like a full sentence for a title. So, but yeah, you're right. I agree that the one word thing is the way to go. Then I tried to, and then I was like, oh, I decided, because I never really liked the numbering system in comics. Book one, and then 2 months later,
Yeah, I
book
get
one,
you.
it's book one again. So I was trying to come up with a system that was for Evermatter, because, like I said, it is a series to do. Book one conscript, or should it be chapter one conscript? And finally, I decided on, if you notice in the trailer, it says book one conscript, but
Yeah.
then on the cover, I've got chapter one conscript, because eventually, the end goal is, if the series gets to a certain point, is perhaps make a trade, and then I would have the chapters. And,
Yeah, definitely. I agree
and
with that. Like for me, for Cobalt, I don't even care if I do it the Chronicles of Narnia way. Just random parts of life. You can put them in chronologically if you want, but I'm going to do the stories that I want for them.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
that's,
Isaac might be 17 in the next 4-issue miniseries that I do. Who knows? But if I think a story and I get it like you know hammered out clean enough, I'll be like, yeah, I'll go with that story instead. That'll happen between here and here, but it's gonna be produced now.
yeah. See, that's the thing. That's the thing with Evermatter as well, because I've got like this whole span of human history from the
Mhm.
time that the according to legend, that the Dentutanian fought the Fomorians up to present present time. So there's a lot of and my characters live until they're killed
Yep.
because of the Evermatter. So technically, if you look at the cover of Evermatter,
Hmm.
um, the I'll pull it up here.
Okay. Hey, I have a question.
Okay.
Do deaths mean something in your book?
Death means something in my book. So
Yes.
I tell you, see,
Thank
the thing
God.
is, I wanted. Okay, so let me share share screen. There it is. Next page, audio. Just in case we decide to play ever matter conscript.
Sure.
So you look on the cover here and you see. I call them binds because they bind their life force to this crystal.
Okay.
So that allows them to live forever unless they're killed. So I didn't want to write I didn't want to write Superman where you have to have some kind of he's immortal, you
Yeah.
know. Nothing can still kill Superman, so you have to come up with a weakness. So they came up with kryptonite,
Yep.
right? So I didn't want to have to do that with my characters, but I wanted to be able to cover this whole span of time from the early legends in the Celtic mythology all the way up to present. So they live forever and they stop aging at the time that they're buying their life force, but
Hmm.
they're mortal. They can be killed. If they're shot, stabbed,
Okay.
or whatever.
Sure.
So Kira, for instance, she's actually older than buying Corum. I might be giving a little bit away, but she's actually older than buying Corum in the back. Because she was bound to her crystal before Corum was.
Okay. Which is
So
why he looks aged and she's younger.
yeah.
Okay,
But
I get you. Okay, it's
both
it
of
stops
them,
the aging process whenever they get it at whatever age they are.
yeah, it's kind of like a vampire.
Okay.
Whatever age you get bit, that's what that's the age that you
All right.
are from then on until you're killed. So take Esme for example in the background. She's got this piece of evermatter, but she's not bound her life force to it because there's rules in this galaxy. You don't bind, you can't bind a child, or you shouldn't bind a child
Mm.
because of she's 16 or 17 in this. I'll show you.
Basically, it has to be her will for it to happen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, her will. She has to make the decision, but she's also a conscript because she's got and that basically means that she's forcefully entered into like a war by some, whether it's uh she's basically thrown into this battle,
Yeah.
and so she's kind of in the story. She's kind of put in this position to where she's going to have to make the decision to fight. It's either fight or lose everything, like Kira did. Because
Right.
these Fomorians are relentless. They destroyed Kira's family. I mean, her family, her planet, everything that she owned or had was destroyed in this battle. And they'll do the same thing to Earth, or any planet. You know, they just want the evermatter. But or this lady here, um, I'm not gonna give her name, but I always say that you know who she is if you are up on your legends and lore
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. But she's pulling the strings from behind the scenes, and she wants the evermatter because you can bind yourself to more than one of these crystals, and you gain more power. The more you bind yourself, the
Hmm.
more you bind your life force to, the more power you gain. Kind of like it's kind of like the what was it called? Baltimore bound his soul to these
Oh yeah.
uh
Horcruxes.
Horcruxes, but
Yeah.
he wasn't gaining power. He was just allowing himself to live forever. And she gains an ability, so she's looking to become the most powerful being in the universe, and eventually take on the Dead Tutanen.
Okay.
And there'll be another great battle at some point. But
I really like this page right here. If you need to talk to Phoenix Animation and see if he'll do a metal print of this, because this right here, even if you take those two side panels out,
yeah,
that would be immaculate on metal print.
all right. Well, I had this idea to make this. Okay, so it wasn't actually my idea. It was Red Valkyrie.
Okay.
Hey, she was talking about, and her side we're talking about taking these two side panels out,
Mm-hmm.
and this would have actually worked. There's a spoiler at the bottom right here in these bottom panels, so I kind of faded it.
Sure.
But she was saying this could have been like you would have had the villain cover, like right here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You would have had the hero cover. You know,
That'd
but
be good.
I hate to add a cover, because people have already backed. I mean,
Sure. Do you have anything on the back part of your cover? Do you have any images on the back side?
not
Because
yet.
you can make that the flip side and have the little description right under her wherever you're
Yeah.
whatever you're hiding there. You could just refill it with whatever filler that you wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had your artist mean to do this, but that panel where her jaws open like that,
Yeah.
it looks like it's like dropped, like her jaw has unhinged and it's made it wider, which makes it look more scary. I don't know if that was on purpose, but I love that.
Carlos is a very talented artist, and if you notice, I don't know if you put two and two together yet, but she's also got. I mean, it's not really a spoiler to say her power is transformation. And if you look at the Raven here, and then you kind of look at, she is that
a little bit of a changeling.
Yeah, yeah. So that is her. She does. She is bound. So she's got this piece of every matter around her neck. So she does have that power of transformation.
Okay. Which,
if you notice, I'll show you something else here too.
All right.
I know we've never went from your book.
No, you're good. You're good.
But
I feel like it goes a lot better if we're both like going back and forth instead of just one doing it the whole time.
Yeah, you're right. But you notice these guys here, her minions also have this ability because, obviously this guy, once you get the dialogue in here, you realize, this guy is this guy. But, the difference being is when the chick transforms, she's actually transforming into whatever it is that she's becoming, and these guys, like if she were to transform into a dragon, she would have the power of a dragon, where these guys are just using like a cloaking kind of technology and kind of just changing their appearance. They're not really changing forms, in other words. But, so let me
yeah, I'm digging it. I love it.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you backing too.
Oh, not a problem, man. It's an excellent project. I hope it gets funded. I really do.
You don't know. I do too, man. I do too. And you are actually, you're only less than $1,000 away, and you got 51 days left. So, yeah, man, I think things are looking good, but it's never a sealed deal until it's funded. Is the thing.
I know, man. Fat lady can't sing yet. She wants to. She can't.
we want to see glasses break. You know, have the wine glasses set up in the and that pitch. The fat lady starts singing at 3,000, and the pitch just get higher and higher and higher and higher until we get that metal. Well, I'm on the wrong screen again.
Nah, she's still at the snack table enjoying the fruit cake, so she's waiting now.
Where is that image that we were talking about putting on metal?
It's gonna be up there. It's gonna be one of those smaller pictures.
Yeah, we want to see this put to metal.
Yeah, I mean, if enough people come and beat me over the head with it, I'll make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen for myself, but for other people that want it, yeah, I'll make that an add-on. Most definitely.
Could you imagine if you got the shiny metal and then you have that neon glow kind of on that metal? It's gonna look sick, dude.
I just put a sofa right in front of the wall that I hang it on, and then beam the art lights on it from the sides, and then I just sit there and eat a bag of popcorn. I wouldn't move for a day.
Showing all your friends that don't know anything about comics, you're like, "Hey, did you see this?"
So what have you created in the past few years? Look at this.
Yeah. What's your IP? What's your?
Yeah. Where's your superhero?
Something we didn't talk about is this Batman-esque kind of
Mhm.
poster.
Yeah. So Bagus Artworks made this poster for me, and of course, because of the lightning and the lighting around Cobalt, I thought that'd be a great metal piece. But I told him I wanted. This was way back before I started like building the idea of cyberpunk and futuristic and neo noir, but I wanted it to be him like overlooking the city in that style, but I wasn't necessarily looking for a gargoyle. He just threw that in there himself. So
Yeah.
I always let the artist take a little bit of um, I always let them have a few inches on the reins because I want them to produce something that comes to them, not just me writing down every single thing, every little detail. I want them to be able to interpret just a few sentences of emotions and what's supposed to be represented, and then they draw what they see.
Well,
And
that's the you get the best work from your artist whenever they're free to do. You
yeah,
know, whenever it's a actual true collaboration, I guess, between the artist and the writer, and you're giving them the freedom to create their best work.
yeah.
You know,
I
if you
I told him straight up. I was like, I just want him like looking down on the city. Other than I want rain, I want lightning, but I want him looking down on the city in that in that ready to defend the city pose. And after that, you do what you want, and I like what came out.
absolutely no question that this is a hero. You look at this image, and there's absolutely no question that this is the hero. Of course, you also got that dark, kind of, it's a vigilante. I mean, you know where you're going with this character, and it's also got this. It kind of looks like a face. I
Yeah,
don't know if that was meant to, but it kind of got this the way the buckle in the eyes in these two spots here. It kind of looks like
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, his armor, it definitely has that like it has a life of its own. Like it knows it's there to protect them, because it has that kind
yeah.
of like facial feature to it. But yeah, as soon as I saw that, my my friend Ryan Rosenau, who's on Instagram, he actually helped me come up with this design because I only had like a rough draft of what I wanted done, and he like filled in the blanks and understood what I was looking for. I was like, I wanted like a future-esque military armor that was kind of like the stormtrooper uh,
Yeah.
hard Kevlar type deal, and then I wanted the tonfas, the 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 elevation mask, and a Josh Brolin haircut from Deadpool 2. That's basically what I asked for, and he came up with the character design off of what I asked, and it has the little like nod to Nightwing, one of my favorite heroes growing up, with the little blue going across, but it's done in a different way to where you can't tell. I've had people compare Cobalt to a Sub-Zero and Striker from Mortal Kombat having a
I can see that. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Sub
I was
Zero
like,
Striker. You're
yeah.
right. Yeah, I can see that.
So as soon as they said that, I was like, good. It's something that people can relate to. It's something that can kind of be its own interpretation. But at the end of the day, this is going to be something new. And what really drove me up a wall was about a year later, I saw a character called the Coalition in mainstream comics. And I'm not going to say that they took Cobalt's character design and made it their own, but I'm going to say they took Cobalt's character design and made it their own.
That's terrible, dude.
Yeah.
What was the name of that character?
Coalition.
Um,
Basically, they took Jesse Jensen's head and mask and just put red where the blue is.
I'm pulling up everything, but okay.
But Yeah.
Coalition comic character. Using red. Eh? Oh. Let me see. I'm trying to find it. What do I have to search for? Because I put Coalition comic character. Is it by
I thought it was DC or yeah, I thought it was a DC character. Maybe he's not big enough to be, have his own images up yet.
Yeah, maybe so.
That works for me.
Yeah. Maybe they were intimidated by Cobalt and they killed it.
That's exactly how I'm going to look at it.
Nope, we can't compete.
Is it the Coalition? I don't know. A buddy of mine sent it to me on Instagram and was like, "Hey, I didn't recognize Cobalt until this," and I was like, "You son of a bitch." But let's see.
Okay.
All right, here it is.
Okay.
Get out of here. Cat's trying to walk over my laptop.
That looks.
Yeah.
Nice. That is the same.
Yeah, and that messed up.
DC image.
And that messed up.
Dude, that
is black and gave them guns.
I got to pull it up, man.
They put them in red and black and gave them guns. How dare they?
DC.
It's the IG comic community. I don't know what IG is.
Instagram?
Oh, okay. It's Villainous issue 5.
Villainous.
Yeah, it's the Coalition versus the Shadow Order. Whatever that is. Anyway, I'm done talking about them because I'm not going to give them the satisfaction. But yeah, my buddy showed me that picture and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And I was like, "Well, if the courts need evidence, we can go back to when I first published Cobalt and we will see if that came out before Coalition. Until then, I don't want to hear about it." But yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. But
Hey, let's not give him no oxygen.
That's right. None whatsoever. But I'm just going to say it's a horrible reincarnation of Jason Todd that they tried to pull off.
Well, let's play the trailer on the way out and
Sure.
One more time. And dude, it was great having you on, talk and kind of get to know you a little better.
Oh yeah, man.
Talk about Cobalt, talk about Evermatter, and just kind of shoot the crap.
Most definitely. Yeah, we don't get enough time on the other streams to do that.
No, it's kind of some of them are laid back and chill, and then some of them are like you got 5 minutes, and
And other ones are like, "Let's have a party up in here," and nothing gets accomplished.
Yeah, correct. So, really I'm gonna maximize it this time. I think I say.